Hello, I'm James Garcia. I'm the interim president of Somos Boricuaz here in Arizona. And today I'm here with Nydia Stuart, a longtime community activist and the co-founder of the Puerto Rican Center of Arizona. We're here because Nydia is one of the 4 people that was selected this year by Somos Boricuaz as an award recipient for our annual awards that recognize people in the community for their professional contributions, but also their community work as well. As I mentioned, Nydia was one of the co-founders of the Puerto Rican Center of Arizona, which has done a lot of very good work over the years. She's also a relatively recently retired registered nurse who has worked with military veterans in particular. And so what I thought we'd do is get to know her a little, get to know about where she's from, and the work that she does in the community. So welcome, Nydia. I really thank you for being here with us.
Thank you. Thank you for Somos Boricuaz organization for nominating me for this award. I really appreciate that.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much for all the work you've done. First, let's talk about where you came from. Where were you born, and how did you make your way from there to Arizona?
I was born in Puerto Rico in this little town called Maunabo. And at the age of 15, my family moved to the state. And, it's like a regular Puerto Rican family. We travel back and forth from the state to the main island. And then we lived in New York for almost 25 years.
Oh, wow.
And then after that, I came to visit Arizona twice. And at that time, I was not ready to relocate here. And then the third time that I came, I said, oh, this is a place that I can relocate and establish here with my family. And I did that. I came here as a nurse with a contract with Indian House Service, and they relocated me here. And now I've been here for 21 years.
Wow. Now, when you first became familiar with Arizona and visited those couple of times, what was it that brought you here? What connection did you have then?
I love the weather because I don't like the cold weather any longer. And it's spacious and it's peaceful. And I have family here that they lived here for maybe 15 years. And they took me around Arizona, the Grand Canyon, and all these beautiful places. And I fell in love with the beauty of the desert.
Okay. Well, now, having been here now all these years, talk first about the work that you've done professionally as a nurse. I understand you're recently retired, but talk about your work professionally.
I had the honor to work for the VA hospital for 25 years, and I recently retired in April. And I was honored to render my service as a nurse to the greatest men in this world, the veterans, which I'm a vet too.
Oh, you're also a vet?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So I really enjoy my work.
What is the biggest thing from your perspective as someone who has worked with veterans and being a vet yourself? What do you think is sort of the thing that people really should know about veterans, and particularly those veterans who are being treated, say, at the Veterans Hospital?
I think I have a better understanding of taking care of the vet because I am a vet too, and we understand what our mission was to serve this country. So when you take care of them, they are totally different person. They see life differently because they've been to battles. They have a lot of emotions. So I am able to focus in that and render the care they need.
And you can make that connection as well with them.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, we're almost to Veterans Day. I think just in a couple of days. So this is a timely interview.
Yes.
Now you, how long were you in the military itself, or were you?
I was in a reservist in the Army for 8 years.
For 8 years. Okay. Yes. And what did you like about that work? Why were you a reservist?
I went in as a nurse in the nurse course, so I really enjoy teaching the enlisted basic skill of nursing. That's what I did. And I love connecting with them, with the soldiers.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, there's very much a kind of a community giving back sort of aspect about that. It's service to the country, but also service to those young people who were trying to get those basic skills as well.
Right.
As giving to the community or being doing something like that, is that something that you learned from your family, that was part of your upbringing?
Yes, it was. My father was community activist, and my mother was always helping the people in the community. My mother always told me that I was going to be a nurse because every time she wanted to visit a sick person in the neighborhood, I always wanted to cry. You say, "Mom, take me with you. I want to go." And I found that fascinating.
She knew before you did, maybe.
She knew, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And when you say your father was a community activist, so where was that, and what kind of work did he do?
That he was involved in politics. So he was what you call in Puerto Rico el presidente del barrio. And so he was like involved with the community needs. And my house was always visited by the mayor, by the government. And so I was raised, being around that, those people.
And Presidente del Barrio, is that an official title, or is it more because of the work you did?
No, it's an official title. Yes.
Official title. Okay.
Yeah,
all
he
right.
works hand to hand with the mayor.
I see. So you were exposed to that kind of activism and that kind of political engagement. Yeah. What did you learn watching your father in terms of the kind of stuff that he did?
My father was a very honest person and a very hardworking person and a very loving person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Do you think you picked up any specific skills from him?
To be a people person.
Yeah.
Like, to work in the community as an activist, you have to be a people person. And my father was a people person. He loved talking to people and he loved helping people. So that's the skill that I picked up from him.
And I suppose that transfers over to nursing kind of at large. I mean, I think to be a nurse, to be almost anyone in the medical profession, you have to have a sense of community, don't you?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. What have you found sort of to be the most gratifying thing about your nursing career over the many years that you did it?
The most gratifying during my nursing career is like working as a team. Nurses work as a team, and when you work as a team, the job gets done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see that. And that it's probably transfers over from your military experience as well.
Yes.
Now, the Puerto Rican Center of Arizona, when was that founded, and what was your role in creating that?
The Puerto Rican Center Arizona was founded in 2008. That was when it was registered as a nonprofit organization. Mm-hmm. But we were like in the process of working the organization since 2004, I believe.
Oh, wow. And what was the idea behind it?
The idea was like, when I moved here in Arizona, there was a lot of little Puerto Rican groups, like a family group that they did picnic, and others did the festival. So everybody was kind of divided and had their own thing going. And I thought maybe we can get an organization and get a nonprofit, and then all of us can get together and work together. But I tried my best to do that, but it didn't happen. But we was able to get the nonprofit organization going, and we've been showcasing and representing Puerto Rico here in the state of Arizona since 2008.
Yeah, you mean you tried to bring a lot of the other organizations kind of under an umbrella?
A lot of the organizations together, yeah.
And what kind of activities have you done over the year? I attended one about almost 4 years ago on the anniversary of Hurricane Maria downtown.
Oh.
I attended that and was glad to be a part of that. But tell me about some of the other events that you've had over the year.
We usually have like 3 events a year. One is a family picnic, Puerto Rican family picnic. I love that one because like all the families come over. We do it as a potluck. Everybody brings a dish to share. We talk about Puerto Rico. We mingle with each other. We play and sing and dance bomba en plena, and it's a community gathering. It's a beautiful feeling to be among your people.
Yeah. Were you able to have that during COVID, or did you have to postpone it?
No, we didn't. We haven't done anything for the past 2 years due to COVID.
Yeah, that's the difficult thing. Of course, a lot of things have been on hold,
Right.
Because of that. What other kinds of events have you had as an organization?
We do the annual Christmas party, a traditional Christmas party with. We do parrandas,
Okay.
and we go to people's houses and we sing, dance, and play, and it is beautiful because it's just the gathering of the people, you know, and mingling with each other and getting to know each other. So, and it's a very joyful event with the parranda. People really enjoy that.
Yeah.
And we also do. We try to see what is the need in the community, and if anybody needs any help, we usually do it like a fundraising, and to help families in the communities.
How and what kinds of assistance have you been able to provide in the past?
Financially assistant.
I mean, are these people that need a home or food?
These are well. The first one that I did, that it was very very memorable to me. It was this family that the daughter was selected from her high school to go to parade. What was that? Oh my God, what's the name of that parade in Europe? Macy's parade.
Oh,
the Macy's
Day Parade in New York?
Yeah, the Macy's Day Parade in New York. Yeah. And then her mother, the school would pay her stay, but not the tickets to go. And all the tickets and not the stay. I don't remember.
You weren't going to cover the whole cost.
Yeah, the school didn't cover the whole cost. And then we had a fundraising for her, and we collected over $2,000 and gave it to the family, and she was able to go. And then she sent photos and videos, and it was very rewarding.
Oh, that's impressive. And how was she selected to go? Was she kind of a student that was excelling?
She was a student. She was a dancer. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she was selected. They select students for all over the world, and then they create this big dance group. So they all participate. They learn the dance, and they all participate during the parade.
Okay. Yeah. So she danced in the Macy's Day Parade.
Yeah, she danced in the Macy's Parade.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's a great honor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
wearing her little Puerto Rican flag.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. I remember the Macy's. My mother has a twin sister who lives in New York City, and we went as children to the Macy's Day Parade. I always remember the event. It was a huge event, and
it's a huge
known around the world. Yeah. Now, when you, in terms of these kinds of events, like I said, I happen to have attended an event that you guys organized on the anniversary of Hurricane Nydia. I think it was the 1 year anniversary.
It was the 1 year, and yes.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I mean, that was an impressive event. Obviously, it drew attention, but you guys also collected goods and funds to send back to the island to help people.
Yes, we did. We organized a humanitarian relief effort to help the people in Puerto Rico after Hurricane Maria. And I tell you, I mean, the outpouring of generosity and love that the community, brought to this humanitarian relief, it was something that I don't have any words to explain.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was, the community got united, and we work every single day, putting up these donations together to send it to Puerto Rico.
That's amazing. That's incredible. Very good work, of course, and much needed, desperately needed. The island was crushed by that event, by the hurricane. Now you have family back on the island, and you said after your retirement, you were able to take a little bit of time, travel, go back to Puerto Rico, among other places. What's it like right now in terms of Puerto Rico? Is the island recovering? Are the families and communities recovering?
Oh yeah, the island has recovered, but there's still a lot of needs. You can actually see some places that you visit. The mark of Hurricane Maria is still there because there's still a lot of homes that are destroyed. There's still a lot of roads that haven't been fixed, and they're still dealing up to now with the problem of electricity. I mean, one day they have electricity and then the next day they don't. Like I experienced 4 days in Puerto Rico without any lights for at least 4 hours.
Oh, wow. Yeah. And what do people do when the lights go out?
I think Puerto Ricans are so resilient that they adjust quickly to everything. My family is like nothing. Oh, well, yeah, it's okay. You'll come back, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so hot. I need my AC.
Yeah.
I cannot. And then I put my place and I said, my God, and I can't imagine they were without any electricity, any water for almost a year.
It's astounding. Yeah. In some of the communities.
And here I am 4 days for 4 hours and complaining about it.
Right. We grow accustomed to the amenities of life here in the States. Yeah.
But I'm very grateful to the community here in Arizona for, believing in me and supporting me during that time. I mean, it was very emotional for all of us. Or I think that we could not do anything about it. So what we did was starting, gathering and collecting donations to send it to the people in Puerto Rico, and all the businesses in Arizona, to all the volunteers, to the family in Puerto Rico that adopted us. It was a Familia Nunez that took us in, and while we distributing the donation in Puerto Rico, it was a crew of people, like 5 people that went, and I was one of them. They were able to distribute other donations to different organizations, and actually I experienced going door to door, knocking on people's door and giving them a care package, and they were so grateful and very thankful. And some of them will say, this is the first aid that I get. And it's funny because it comes all the way from Arizona.
Right. Yeah. And did some people ask you, where is Arizona?
Where is Arizona? Yeah.
Yeah. Do you find yourself having trouble explaining what Arizona is or what life is like here to your family or friends back on the island?
At the beginning, yes. At the beginning, people think that it was an Indian territory, that it was,
There was that one giant reservation.
Horses, big giant reservation, But now, no, people know about Arizona. Arizona is well known out there. I guess all the basketball, all the games.
Yeah. What do they know?
They know it's hot.
They know
That's the first thing they tell you. Yeah. That's the first thing they tell you. Yeah.
The record heat and so forth. But do they know about other amenities like the mountains and the ability to ski in Flagstaff or whatever?
No, they know about the mountains and the hiking, and they don't know how we can go hiking in 100-degree weather. Yeah. But and they know it has to do with the games too.
You mean the big sports?
Yeah, the sports. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. And what about here now? You've been here quite a while, and have you seen the community grow, the Puerto Rican community grow over those years?
Oh my God, yes. I remember living here 20 years ago and thinking I was the only Puerto Rican in town. And I would see somebody with the Puerto Rican flag in their car, and I would like go after them, hi, just to make friends. But now we can see it in the gathering, in the events, that the community is growing. And they said there's probably like 65,000 Puerto Rican here in Arizona.
Well, and now you and I both know Claudio Medina, for instance, and he's from the island and came here after the hurricane. Because he either lost his home or it wasn't livable. So he literally had to move here. And I'm wondering, do you know, has there been a lot of people that have come from the island in the wake of the hurricane come here to Arizona? Have you met people?
Oh, yeah, I have met a lot of people that have relocated here to Arizona after Hurricane Maria. Yes, they're still relocating here. There's still people moving from Puerto Rico here. every time I meet a new family or somebody will call me and say, hey, somebody moved here from Puerto Rico and they want orientation on how to, get an apartment or how to get some aids, And so I'm always getting a phone call from somebody that have moved here, and I'm always willing to help.
That's interesting. That's very interesting. And so you're kind of a one-woman welcome wagon, right? They used to have that organization called the Welcome Wagon that would welcome people
No,
to the neighborhood.
Sometimes I think, but why are they calling me? But it's okay. It's fine. It's fine.
But they're calling because you have a reputation of having helped people over the years. Right? Yeah.
I think I had created a good relationship with the community here in Arizona, and I'm very blessed for that.
Yeah. When they do come, what are the needs when they first come?
Most of the needs is they're looking for a job, and they actually come in to move in with somebody, but they're right away looking for a place to live too.
Mm-hmm. So there's usually somebody that they can stay with for a while, some friend.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and so, but you've seen the community grow. I mean, in terms of the presence, you said when you have your events, you see more Puerto Ricans showing up at those community events.
Right. I the last event that I went was to see Mark Anthony concert, and I was like stunned, like looking around and seeing so many new faces. There's a new community of Puerto Ricans out there that they just relocated here.
Yeah.
A lot of them, and we're so happy, just so, to just sit there and see so many, not just Puerto Rican, Latinos in general, on the one roof together.
Well, when Mark Anthony has come to town before, of course, he's had a following, he's had Latino fans, but of course, no one is more of a fan of Mark Anthony's work than Puerto Ricans, right?
Right.
So you noticed going to see his show that there were more Puerto Ricans actually.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. And how did you recognize them? Did they actually have a flag? Or
most of them they have a flag or they wear a Puerto Rican shirt.
So they're proud.
Yeah.
They're letting you know. Fantastic. Yeah. Well, what's the future of the Puerto Rican Center of Arizona now that, as we hope, COVID is starting to pass? We hope it's starting to pass, and people are finding a way to get vaccinated. More and more people are getting vaccinated. What's the future for the Puerto Rican Center of Arizona?
I hope that we can start, doing events again and getting involved with the community and showcasing our culture again. So that is something that we have to speak with the new president and start meeting again and start making plans for the future.
Yeah. Has there been discussions? I mean, and who is the new president?
Gretchen Patterson.
Oh, Gretchen Patterson. Okay, yeah, I think I met her. So the hope is that the organization, once things get safe again, that people are able to get involved in events again. That's fantastic. And is it likely that anything will happen this year, or are you looking more like next year?
Next year.
Yeah, I think so. I do.
Yes.
I do.
It's still with this pandemic, you just have to take some safety precautions.
Yeah, no, I agree completely. I do theater work and produce plays, and I had hoped to do something this fall, but it doesn't seem safe to me. So I'm going to wait till the spring, when I hope things will be much safer, and even then, I think I'm going to ask people to show up with their mask on. Just to be safe, just to make sure people aren't spreading this virus, because it's a very, very dangerous. I mean, I think here in Arizona, we know that we've lost well over 20,000 people and 750,000 people around the country, and that's devastating. And I think we have to take all of the precautions in the world going forward. Now, finally, if you don't mind, what's in store for you? You said you retired just 3 months ago. What's the future for you? What are you going to do to keep busy?
Right now, I just want to travel. I'm traveler, but I also have another journey in my life. I became a real estate agent.
Oh, okay.
And that is something that I want to pursue and to help people buy their first home.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you're a real estate agent. Is it your own company, or are you working for another firm?
Working with a broker, yes.
Okay, well, that's fantastic. Well, congratulations on the new career. And I look forward to hearing your stories about the latest place you've traveled to. What's next time? What's your next destination in terms of your travel route?
My next destination, going to the Dominican Republic in December.
Okay, well, very nice. Yeah. Well, be safe going there, and hope you enjoy your trip there. And thank you so much for your time here. And good luck with everything in terms of your real estate career, fledgling real estate career, and also the Puerto Rican Center of Arizona. We wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you for nominating me for this Somos Boricuaz Award 2021.
Thank you. Have a great
day. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.